I think what's been really encouraging and in fact inspiring and what has motivated us to continue doing this work is the way people respond. When we do our trainings, most of the time teachers and other participants who, just like the statistics bear out, very few have known about it. And then when they learn about it, they begin to see how it is connected to just about anything, even from a teaching perspective, that it can be a frame of reference for teaching almost any subject from the teacher's perspective. The way the young people have seen it, and we've seen some wonderful examples, they see direct relationships to their day in and day out situations. We had students so each year around December 10th, Balboa, Fremont High, and Arroyo High have been putting on their culminating presentations, and I've had the pleasure of seeing them, and I get to see how the kids depict what they learn. At Balboa High, for instance, one scene that was depicted was a boyfriend and girlfriend talking, and where the boyfriend wound up looking at his girlfriend's cell phone texts. And she reprimanded him for invading her privacy. And he did not understand why this was such a big deal. But then they depict that in the next day they're in class learning about the Universal Declaration. And therein they learn about the article that relates to everyone has the right to privacy. And this young man apologized to his girlfriend on stage for how he realized what he had done. Other situations, we have a wonderful excerpt on our website of Terrell Patrick, who from Arroyo High School, he articulated how he realized that the right to freedom of expression was vital, but he also realized that a lot of the words he used, and he goes into what we call the Webster soliloquy about words like bitch and hoe that are in the dictionary, he sees are used to dehumanize people, and that he realizes that he actually has the right to say what he wants, and he can choose to be more responsible about how he uses these words. The kids at Arroyo High School, I came to meet with them after their great presentation. This was last year, in 2014, and they said what they got out of the Universal Declaration, one of the key messages was the importance of seeing each person as a human being, not to generalize and not to judge people based on appearances and behaviors, but to really recognize that everyone has their story, which I really feel is the essence of what it's about. So we've seen so many examples of young people immediately understanding how the Universal Declaration relates. In our Rite of Passage program, what's been great, we recently did a study of an Eleanor Roosevelt quote where she asks, and this is 10 years out from the adoption of the Universal Declaration, she says, "Where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places close to home." And goes on from there. And as we describe that quote in our Rite of Passage class, one of our participants, when we asked what that meant, Reese looked and said, "It's basically the man in the mirror." And I've always loved that because she just knew right away that's what it's about. And so I think that the young people that learn about this, as do the people that go through our trainings, they do realize that it's not just a bunch of words that sound nice, but that these are important rights that need to be understood, and that they have a meaning day in and day out in our everyday worlds.